Hey YouTube, it's Danny G in Pflugerville, Texas. Over here I see that's like a mobile home subdivision. Is that what you call that? It's like a neighborhood with only mobile homes. Wonder how that works. This is a nice little apartment complex. Tour today. Pflugerville turned out to be a really nice place to live. It used to be a place where nobody wants to go. At least maybe about 20 years ago or so. Nobody would live in Pflugerville. Now it's a high demand city. Here's another apartment complex leased today. 1 and 2 bedroom apartment home. This one, you live basically on the streets. Your porch is on the road. Wow. They sure utilize all that space. I'm looking at this plane. I don't know if you can see it. And it appears to be moving like really, really slow. But I know that a plane can only fly so slow and no slower, so to speak. But looking at it from here, it seems like it's just barely moving. Although I know that if it, goes beyond or below a certain speed, what would happen? It would just fall out the sky. So there have to be a minimum speed to keep that lift or maintain that. I don't know. I don't know if you know, but the plane flies at 500 miles per 500 miles per hour. Most planes, sometimes 480, 420. But sitting in a plane, you probably won't realize how fast you're going. Here is when you realize how fast you go. If you go by another jet, just fly. If you look out through that window and there's another plane going the opposite direction, dang, then you realize how fast you're moving. I've seen that a couple of times. It's not something that you see very often, but I've seen it a couple of times where we're flying in opposite direction. One is, yes, slightly below the other, or below the other, because you can't fly at the same altitude exactly. But unless you're going in the same direction, no, you can't fly at the same altitude at the same time. Most planes are stuck one on top of the other, going in the same direction. That's what I realized. If you sit by the window and you're able to look out and above, sometimes you get lucky and see another plane not directly, but almost directly above you, going in the same direction. And if you pay attention, you will travel in both of you for an hour or more. I've seen that before. I'm assuming that we might be flying at 30-something thousand feet, and they might be at a good 4,000 feet above us, but nevertheless above you. But yeah, it was weird to see how fast a plane fly when another plane just go by you real fast. Actually, I've seen military jet fly across a plane that I'm in. It flies across, but it's up, like much higher up. And then you can see how fast them suckers travel. Anyway, I'm trying to get on this 35. Interstate 35 northbound. Traffic is going to be miserable, but it's all good. I'm messing with sometimes my camera is not placed exactly how I want it. But most of the time I start messing with it and it fall off. Here's another apartment complex. We have a lot of nice apartments. I don't know, man. They've been building like crazy apartments in Texas. And there is no letting up. They just keep building apartments. I think they're now building more apartments than houses. Maybe they start convincing people it's better to rent than to buy. We're gonna have a generation of poor folks 2 generations from now. They're gonna be dirt poor. I know for sure in Austin, I see them building entire subdivision, nothing but, they're single family homes, but they're all for rent. It's just like a rental community. I don't know, maybe it's more profitable. Well, I'm pretty sure it's profitable for the investment companies who build them. And there are a lot of people who will buy into it because they don't want the responsibility to cut the grass and fix the broken appliances, and, that kind of thing. But if you live in a house for 20 years, you still can't sell it. If you rent a house for 20 years, that is, I don't care how long you rent it for, you can't sell it. And they can give you, really? That guy left the road and ran in a pole. Wow. That's a weird accident. Sometimes you wonder, how these accidents happen? What caused it? Because that's a weird place to have an accident. But you never know. Now here comes the traffic on 35. This is Round Rock, Texas. I just left Pflugerville and now I'm in Round Rock. Heading northbound on the interstate. Heading towards Dallas. This would take me about 3 hours to get to Dallas right now. But I'm not going to Dallas. Tundra. I walked in a dealership once and asked not too long ago. Our Tundra is almost $100,000. I'm like, no way. That's like driving a house on the interstate. They're nice, but I don't like them that much. Traffic is slow, but at least it's moving. Alright guys, this is just boring evening traffic, so I guess nothing to see except Toyota Camry in front of me. They're popular cars. There's another one in the next lane in front of me. I love Toyota Camrys anyway. Real good cars. And surprisingly, the prices aren't that bad. I don't think I ever owned. Probably that's one of the cars I never owned. I've never owned a Camry. I don't think so. No, not that I could. Did I? No, I think I did actually. I think I did own a green Camry many moons ago. Yeah, I did. I did own a Camry, yes. And I did own Honda Accord. I did own Honda Accord. I have this cough that I notice, like once it gets evening into night, I start coughing. During the daytime I'm fine. And then once it starts getting into evening, this morning I had to get up about 3 o'clock. I was just coughing like crazy, which is unusual. I have not had a cough in 20 years, probably. Like consistent, you know. Not that I didn't cough in 20 years, but I noticed there's an itch in my throat.